David, I love GreenPan. I trust them because it's an amazing company, and they have brought us literally a rice cooker that not only cooks white rice, but brown rice, multigrain rice, wild rice, low-carb white rice, low-carb brown rice, quinoa, beans, steel-cut oats, soup, and on it goes. It does even more than I just listed. Here's the great part. GreenPan is known for, first of all, having very slick interiors, non-stick interiors that are excellent. And they're also known for not putting those bad ingredients in their non-sticks. So that's the first thing you need to know. This is the other thing, is that this is really, it's a great little unit. It's not heavy, it's easily portable, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and we have sold 6,500 already today. This is the graphite color. We also have it in cream. Those colors can be purchased elsewhere, but not for this price. However, GreenPan gave us 3 colors nobody else has. This is the taupe right here. That's been very popular today. We have the mint julep, which is a beautiful soft green and more of a minty green. And then we have Oxford blue. It's actually a deep blue. It's not black, even if it looks like that on your TV. It's truly blue in person. The thing too is that you're going to get your non-stick pot right here, in which you can make up to 8 cups of rice. You get the low carb container that actually you only use if you want to get low carb white rice or low carb brown rice. You get the little spoon and the spatula. You also get the measuring cup, but also 8 great recipes come with it as well. Here's what I want you to know, is that we brought in Jeremy Parker because he's a great chef. He loves this unit. He works with GreenPan. And the best part about this is that it's not just a rice cooker, and it's got the name GreenPan, you know, which is a name that I know and I trust. I have one of their other big electric pieces. I have their cookware, etc. So I love GreenPan. But Jeremy, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, this is very exciting. So if you've never used a rice cooker, this is the best of the best. Not only does it have the option to reduce carbs by 33%. That's white and brown rice. It also has something called Fuzzy Logic. So whether you're cooking just 1 cup of rice for yourself or 8 cups of rice for the entire dinner party, it has Fuzzy Logic, which is nothing fuzzy about it. It is the smartest rice cooker. There's a computer chip inside of here that reads the rice as it cooks, adjusts the cooking temperatures, so you always have perfect rice, so that you never get this. Okay, you know,
burnt rice on the bottom of the pan.
On the bottom of the pan there, and you just scrape the rice off the top, and they spill over, and you have to watch them. You put rice water, press the button, set it, forget it, and it does it perfectly.
Super easy. Now, but I've never eaten low carb white rice.
Okay. I have 2 plates with rice on them. One, we just cooked it the regular rice way, and one we cooked with a low carb reduction. So if you take a sample, let me know if you can taste any difference in the 2 of these.
This is lighter and fluffier just a little bit than this. This is a little stickier, matted.
A little mattier? Well, you know what? You hit the nail on the head. You have a very meticulous palate, young lady. This is the light, fluffy one that I prefer is the lower carb rice, actually.
Wow.
I actually prefer the flavor. When I make sushi rice, I make it low carb, and then I add my mirin, which is rice vinegar, sugar, and salt. And then I make sushi with it.
I had no idea which one it was. In fact, I would think low carb would be more, you know, mushier and whatever. It's not. It's lighter and it's fluffier. Okay, so how does that work?
Let me explain how it works, because if you're wondering, how do you take carbs out of rice? So what happens is this right here, you cook it with this tray. This is the low carb tray here. You see that milky looking water there? What this does is, as it cooks the rice, it grabs onto those starches, percolates, and it traps 1/3 of those starch carbs. Right there is 33% of your carbs is in that water.
Wow.
What you're left with underneath is a delicious, fluffy white rice.
Wow.
I mean, and it is
that.
so easy. It comes, I mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's, of course, it's non-stick because it's GreenPan.
Right.
There's no PFAS. This is made out, it's a ceramic non-stick. And that is just beautiful. I mean, I could just garnish this with a little bit of there. Of course, I would add chicken or sauce or anything you want, from gumbo, Cajun food, rice and beans. Every culture cooks with rice.
Right.
It's the easiest way to cook with it.
Okay, so we're going to show you how to do that, but it's not just low carb with white rice. If, let's say you say before, well, okay. Here we go. Here goes to the video. Speak to this.
Yeah, okay, you could do white and brown rice. And we'll go through the functions in a second and show you. You just go to the, right there, that's the white rice low carb function. And you can see as it percolates up, it captures a third of those carb starches, and then you have delicious rice. Now, if you want to cook regular rice, that's fine.
Well, I was just going to say, if I don't want it low carb, I can just cook regular rice.
Just regular rice, and it'll cook perfectly. It'll do 8 cups of regular rice, 3 cups of low carb rice.
Okay, 3 cups of low carb. Okay, so then we can also do, so let's just say you want to do brown rice. Can we do brown rice? Brown
rice the same way. Now, this is just, by the way, a capacity, 8 full cups of brown rice.
Wow.
This is cooked the regular way.
Yeah.
But you could also use it as a low carb. And all you do here is, let me just turn this off and start over here, okay? And so, oh, sorry, cancel here. And then, so right here on the top, if you come in close, it has 10 presets. Okay, so you turn it on. This is just regular white rice. A preset for brown rice, one for multigrains, one for wild rice. Here's your low carb rice right there. There's your low carb brown rice. One for soup, quinoa. Make your own beans in here, and raw, real, steel-cut oats for breakfast, all of them. Whenever it finishes cooking, it goes directly to the warm and keeps it warm, and you can delay the start time on it.
So basically, does it matter? It doesn't matter how much I put in it. It can understand. It can go by the weight or whatever.
That's right.
Because the whole thing is whether I want to make 1 cup of rice, which, by the way, is the least amount, or 8 cups of rice, which is the most amount.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is telling it what I've put in there, and then hit start.
And it will adjust the cooking for the heat, right, up and down, so you get perfect rice every time.
And it'll tell you how long it's going to take, so that you'll know.
Yeah.
Here's wild rice.
Okay. Oh, this is quinoa.
Oh, no, that's quinoa.
Quinoa,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I saw the color, and I thought.
No, it's great. Again, if you just want to put quinoa, add some water, hit the button, and you get perfect cooked quinoa. It does all the thinking. It is the smartest little cooker in the world. I love this.
Wow.
Of course, you want to make a good Greek salad. This is when you just add all your extras.
Look at this.
I mean, look at this. Here's my
gosh.
cucumbers and my olives and tomatoes and Greek. You have some feta cheese on there. So delicious.
We're going to quickly go back to the colors. This is your chance to jump in. We're already in the evening, so don't miss out on this price. By the way, speaking of price, I got to tell you something. I didn't even talk price yet. But the fact is, this, if purchased separately, would be $159.94. Figure, 6 cents off of $160. I wouldn't want to spend $160. It's too much. But the fact that it does so much more than just rice, and it does low carb white and brown rice, or it does wild rice, it does soups, it does quinoa, it does steel cut oats, blah, blah, blah. It does so much. That's why this, taking it down to $20 a month, just get it home for $20 and use it for a month. If you don't like it, send it back, get your money back. This is the graphite. This is the cream. We've already sold over 6,500 of these, closing in on almost 7,000. This is the taupe right here. That's only at QVC. Mint julep is only at QVC. And this is Oxford blue. It's like a deep navy blue. And then these are the pieces that come with it, which we're going to show you in just a few minutes. Oh, by the way, 8 great recipes come with it too. And you can always find many more recipes online if you'd like to. We're going to show you more designs. Before we do that, though, hold that thought, if you will. I want to go to a video. Our buyer here at QVC, who brings in the kitchen electronics or electrics, Julie is her name, she spoke with Monifa earlier today about why we felt this was worthy of being a today's special value. Listen to this.
Interesting is our entire culinary team actually tests every single product before it actually goes on the air at QVC. So if we don't think it's a good out-of-box experience, it's certainly not going to be coming on the air for our QVC customer. So we were skeptical. Fuzzy Logic, we also had some carb reducing. It was brand new technology in the marketplace. We said, you know what, let's take a couple of these home. I took one home, my assistant buyer took one home. He made low carb rice. I made full rice for myself. You know, that's how it goes. I have never used a rice cooker in my life. I was taught to use it on the stove, boil it. I'm from the Midwest. My mom said, you know, put it on the stove, you know, gotta keep your eyes on it, you know, make sure you take it down to simmer. Never got it down to simmer. It burned on the bottom. All of a sudden, we're eating off the bottom of the rice container. When I got home with this, I set it, I put the rice in there, I set it, I forget it. I got busy with my proteins, I set the table, got the kids, everybody ready to go. Game changer. Absolutely the best tasting rice I've ever had. I never had a rice cooker ever in my life. And I would recommend it to everybody because it really is something that is easy to use. It allows me to not have to sit and watch it. It's easy to clean. It's got the PFAS-free and ceramic non-stick on the inside, which GreenPan is well known for. Nice colors. I own the white one. And it's just a simple product to use. We love it very much. I actually feed rice to my dog. My boys, they're big boys, they like to eat a lot, and you know, instead of having to buy, you know, give them 2 chicken breasts, I give them more rice filler, right? And so that's a good thing. Beans, I cook a lot of beans because I like a lot of salads for lunch, so I do put more protein. You know, put some black beans on there. Kidney beans are always good for chili and things like that. The grits thing, I'd never even heard about that, but I'll do the grits thing too. I love steel cut oats in the morning. I'm not a fan of old fashioned or quick cooking oats, but I do love steel cut because they're very nutty and delicious, and that's the way I like to eat them. So it's a thing that I use in the morning. I use it for lunch, and I also use it in the evening.
Okay, listen.
I'm so glad we got to hear what Julie had to say.
That was beautiful. I love that. Yeah.
And that's the truth. But for a lot of you, that's why I said for $20, get this home and give it a try. Even if you just use for 4 different things or whatever. I mean, it can do 10, it can do 11, 12, because we didn't even mention polenta and grits and things like that. It works for that. Wild rice, as I said.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you just did the steel cut oats.
Steel cut oats from scratch in here. You just water steel cut oats and then press the button. And this way you can make breakfast.
Wow.
Steel cut oats for breakfast. Do your quinoa for lunch and your rice for dinner.
Oh my gosh.
So you can do it 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And it is just perfect. And then, of course, to clean it, you just take out the insert. It goes in the dishwasher.
Yeah. Here it is.
Yep, this removes here.
I'm going to show you that too. I mean, this is such a great pan. It even has the measurements on the outside. There's measurements on the other side. We're going to talk about that because on one side, the measurement is for regular rice. The other one on the other side is for the low carb rice. But the whole thing is completely non-stick. I mean, it is beautiful inside, and it comes out for easy cleaning.
Yeah.
Speaking of easy cleaning,
Yep.
all of the attachments that come with it, the bowl, the low carb cooker, etc., those are all going to be dishwasher safe.
Dishwasher safe. Everything, yeah, all the elements, not the electrics itself, but all the other elements are dishwasher safe.
Now, you made black beans.
Black beans from scratch. They're delicious. I mean, you could do pinto beans.
Try that.
Or you could do some, there's so many different things you could do. Kidney beans, black eyed peas. Oh, you want to
I want
try
to
some?
try that. Yeah.
There you
I've
go.
never made these by myself. I've only bought them in a can.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a good high protein bowl.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
Great, right?
It's so much better than in a can.
I do it. And listen, you don't have to be a trained chef. You
No.
just use this, follow it, put the right amount of water, hit the button, and you have perfect beans.
Boom.
And that's just one function.
And does most of it cook anywhere between like 30 minutes and an hour?
It depends,
or
between
what do you
20
think?
to about an hour, depending on what you're
20
doing.
to
Sure,
an
yeah,
hour.
beans are going to take longer. Things like wild rice, brown rice takes longer than white rice. But again, this adjusts for it. Talking about wild rice, this is wild rice here, which is fantastic. If you want to season the rice, use broth. Use a bone broth. Use your Lono.
Lono Life.
Lono Life broth is
I do that
delicious.
all the time when I make stuff that it calls for just water. I just add the beef or the turkey or the chicken Lono Life. By the way, I got to tell you, Minnesota is Minnesota
Yeah.
is where wild rice is grown, a lot of it. I'm a big wild rice fan, but I've never made wild rice in a rice cooker.
Hey,
so that's so cool.
Do
By
you
the
know
way,
where the best sushi rice comes from?
No.
You'll never guess.
Minnesota.
California.
Oh, California.
California makes like the high-end sushi rice, believe it or not.
Hey, by the way, I do
Or
want
close
to
it.
just tell you too, this is other part I like. Did you know, first of all, I want to tell you, 7,000 of these things are gone already today. We've had 4,500 brand new customers to QVC today, and that's throughout the whole day. But I want to tell you, if you've never shopped QVC before, and you want to try this rice cooker that can do low carb white rice,